And what we're trying to do is make it safer for people to use medicines. We all get ill, and when we go to the doctor, we prescribe medicines. The problem in most parts of Africa is that when you take medicine, you're not sure what you're taking. About 45% of all the medicines being sold in Nigeria presently are counterfeit medicines. That is, they look like the real medicine, but they are not. And so what our service allows for consumers to do is to be able to send us a free text message to a number, a universal number. Think of it like a 911 number. And to get a response back telling them that the medicine that they're about to take, right at the point of purchase, is safe for them.
So obviously your whole application is all about using the mobile technology and the mobile infrastructure. Why are you at the summit today? What are you hoping to get out of this?
Well, it's pretty easy to think that you figured it all out as far as the mobile mHealth business model is concerned. But then coming to places like this and hearing firsthand what the challenges in other places of the world are, what the hurdles other people have crossed are, it gives you a renewed sense of purpose, and you feel that even though you may be doing pretty well in terms of, addressing the challenges that faces you as you try to deliver these services to a whole range of people, you could do it better. And we've listened to various people speak about how things are being done in Turkey, about how things are being done in India, about new ideas that are flourishing in these parts of the world. And I think coming to a place like this is about fertilization of new ideas and making sure that every time that you implement a new idea in your own part of the world, you are applying yourself to the highest standards anywhere else in the world, simply because the challenges are quite universal.
And this summit is part of the Global Agenda Council, right, that you're a part of. How do you see this summit fitting into the overall council work that you've been part of?
The council work is to try and identify the frontier as far as knowledge is concerned. Where are we now, and what are some of the ideas that could be brought on board that maybe, there are people working in all sorts of ecosystems around the world. Some of them have figured out some very complex approaches to some very complex problems. It takes a while to decode these kind of, solutions. And, what the Global Agenda Council does is bring a whole bunch of these people together in a very multidisciplinary way, from as broad a diversity and as diverse, backgrounds as you can imagine. And when all these people come together, they come up with solutions that are robust because they take the best of different worlds, mix them up together, and then apply them to the most intractable problems facing the world. What the mHealth Summit does is to localize this to the mHealth ecosystem, the mobile health ecosystem, and to say people who are entrepreneurs, people who are innovators, people who are academics, etc., and the way that they see these things in different perspectives. How can we interfertilize all this? How can we create something that is robust because it's well thought through from a whole range of different angles? That's what the summit does.
And what have you taken away from the summit? Are there any new actions that you're going to take, or any new ideas that you've gotten out of this discussion?
Absolutely. In fact, some of it is very practical. We've always tried to make it simple for people to take their medicines and to be fully assured and fully confident that they're taking the right medicines by sending a text message. Now we're realizing that the whole issue is to do with forecasting, trying to find out what new trends in disease patterns are emerging. And so we begin to think maybe this aspect of our work, which we've always considered secondary, the part of the person sending additional information rather than just sending the code on the medicine to check the medicine. Maybe we should do more about people, for instance, sending in additional information from the point of purchase. Maybe they could send in price information. Maybe this price information could go into the data center and then give us an indication of how availability of medicines in different parts of the country, works. And that would be a great value added to the service you're already offering. So we're telling you about quality, but very soon we may be able to impact on price, which is another problem that people in our part of the world face. It's not just that the quality of the medicine is often bad, it's often the case that they can't afford it. So this is a new practical idea. In terms of the general enrichment of our thinking by being here, we've also now begun to understand the issue about alignment of risk and incentives. So you've got different stakeholders in any ecosystem you can think of as far as mobile health is concerned. How do you align the risk and the incentives such that you can attain more? So in my part of the world, we work with the Ministry of Health, we work with the telecom industry, but on a very transactional basis. I give you this, you give me that. Can we rethink our model in such a way that people themselves, the other stakeholders themselves, begin to use our system to improve what they are doing without recourse to us? Therefore, they take much more ownership of the system that we're trying to create. This is a way of thinking that I believe enriches the whole perspective with which we came here.